So for the past few months, I've been doing this anti-despair reading list, which is basically books which explain things that you can do to make the world a better place or reasons that the world isn't as terrible as it sounds. And it occurred to me this week that I haven't even touched on the real reason that you're probably super bummed out about everything, and it's that you need to get off the internet. So these are my books you should read if you want to get off the internet and be a little bit less depressed. Number one is The Attention Merchants by Tim Wu. This book is a history of advertising. It starts with snake oil salesmen, goes through how they developed their skills during the propaganda of the world wars, through the Mad Men era, but it mostly focuses on the internet era, because during the internet era is when advertisers have figured out how to basically hack cognitive biases to keep you hooked in online as much as humanly possible. For example, if you feel like you spend all your time doom scrolling and reading nothing but terrible news, that's because these algorithms are set up to hack your negativity bias, which is something that exists for very good reason. It used to be that if we were out in nature and something bad was happening, that was the thing that was more worthy of our attention than, say, the beautiful butterfly flitting by. So we have this ability to pay attention to this negative stuff, and these algorithms are using that and exploiting that as a way of getting you to spend way more time on these apps than you normally would. And it's part of the reason that you think that the world is falling apart. To be clear, I'm not saying the world's not falling apart. I'm just saying it might be a little exaggerated. Regardless, Wu's book is one that you absolutely have to read if you want to understand kind of the context in which all of this exists. Next book I would recommend is Jarett Kobek's I Hate the Internet. This is a satirical novel. If Kurt Vonnegut is your thing, then this is definitely your thing. This book is absolutely furious about Silicon Valley, the internet, and the way that it's kind of completely cannibalized and destroyed our ability to have conversations with friends or to have any sort of like political civic life. It's really great. It's incredibly bitter, but I 100% suggest finding I Hate the Internet if you can. Next up, if you're actually trying to change your behavior a little bit, I would recommend How to Do Nothing by Jenny Odell. Odell is a Bay Area artist, and she talks a lot, not just about unplugging from social media, but from actually learning how to use this technology as a way of supplementing our lives rather than allowing it to completely replace our lives. So, for example, she downloads a bunch of nature apps and uses it as a way to get to know like the plants and animals and birds in her area, which I've actually started doing since I read this book, and it's 100% worth it. Real quick with some other ones, How to Stay Smart in a Smart World by Gerd Gigerenzer is a really good breakdown of how we overestimate what AI and algorithms' capabilities are and how we should maybe have a better understanding of how they work and the fallacies that we kind of like fall prey to when people talk about them. I would also recommend Disrupted by Dan Lyons, which is a memoir about time in Silicon Valley, and I've heard great things about Stolen Focus by Johann Hari.